Hello, this is our first video. This is our first video in YouTube. What do you think there are three most serious issues in the world? Sunny, start.
Class divide and the oppression of working people across the globe. The oppression of minorities that is created by capitalism to put people against each other in an effort to conceal the true oppression of the working class.
Oh
There's
yeah.
only two, mate.
Let me see. What is there? Economic crisis happening, and the rampant inflation around the world, and then one more thing. What could it be? Climate change, I guess. Yeah. The economic collapse all over, like the first world and the second world. The rampant inflation across the entire world, and climate change.
All right, Lucas.
I agree with Sonny.
You
Climate
don't have
change,
your-
class, capitalism.
Okay, second question. Do you think drug dealing and the prostitution should be legal?
Yes.
No.
What would change?
Well, I believe that if you were to legalize and commodify prostitution, it would just be commodified rape, because work is inherently coercive, and coercive sex is rape. Therefore, sex work is commodified rape.
But the thing is, if you make it illegal, there are no things that you can regulate. So basically,
But
if
it's their choice.
yeah, but if it's illegal,
They're
then
right. They have the right.
they can. Well, there is no regulation. So if you regulate it, it would be better than
If you're
just
paying for
legalizing
consent, is
it.
it really consent?
Yeah, if you consent. Then
Yeah, but you're paying for it. It's like actually,
The average time that women enter prostitution is from 13 and a half to 14 years of age.
Yeah, okay, so if you legalize
That
it
would
and
only go
regulate
down.
it. No, if you regulate it to make it for specialized ages and have it as an
the
actual
thing is
job,
like just like
it could probably be regulated to a degree where it could be maybe 18 and above.
I think the problem is we define it as illegal, right? But we're not actually regulating it properly. So like we're saying it's illegal and that's about it. So we're not actually doing anything to address the fact that it's still happening.
Yeah, but if
So I think we can still make it illegal and still stop.
it
these
won't
child
stop.
rapes from happening.
If
We
you
can
stop,
thing is, it's
we can do a
not-
lot more to prevent it.
It's not the woman or the man. In major cases, it's the woman who's making the money.
yeah,
She's making fractions. This is like how capitalism works in every other job. She's making fractions where the person who owns what she does and determines her self-worth as a person is making most of the money.
yeah, but if you privatize it and make it like regulated, it could probably have a minimum wage income and stuff like that, so that it cannot be manipulated into the market, and maybe making it.
A minimum wage for sex.
Alright, that song sounds wrong.
I'm over here doing it for free. What the fuck?
All right.
You guys are getting paid?
Do you know any countries where human rights are violated in
Syria.
what way?
Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq. Do you expect it's run by Taliban? And Al
Yeah,
Qaeda's there.
the United States.
No.
United States.
What? All right, maybe the prison system, but that's
The prison system.
That's still a violation of human rights.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any
massive.
better.
Yeah, all right, other than
And also the
prison-
exploitation of the working class.
Exactly.
It's not exploitation.
Well,
Yes, it is
There's
exploitation.
inhuman working conditions.
No, that's in Japan, South Korea, but not in.
Yes,
in
and in the
South
United
Korea,
States.
America, UK.
No, the UK is.
All major countries have some sort of
How
human
about
rights
Russia?
violations.
About Russia, exactly.
Yeah, but Russia's economy.
Yeah,
is-
Everything
racism,
went.
I
Everything
think,
went
yeah.
to shit after 1991. Everything went to shit after Stalin died.
Why?
Well,
Because
they
Stalin
opened up.
is-
They opened up to Western ideals, and that spread in through the country, leading to its eventual collapse.
But why are? But then why did? But yeah, why did it collapse? Because of the Western ideals.
Yes.
Then why didn't the United States collapse? Why didn't?
Because
any
it's a
of the-
Western country,
All right, they didn't.
and it is. Look at it now; it's in ruins.
No, it's
it's
not.
about to
I
run
mean,
out
it
of
is.
money.
It
No,
It has
no,
the
it is.
world's largest.
No,
it still has the world's largest
Treasury,
economy.
the Treasury has made a statement that that it is estimated the United States of America is going to run out of money on the 18th of October.
That's actually pretty close, but that's 8 days away. All right, we're gonna see by the 8
It's
days.
9 days away, but
Today's
Oh,
day.
sorry.
today's the 9th.
Sorry for that. Sorry. But how did it run out of money?
How to run out of
Do you
money?
mean by loan defaults or what?
Well, it's in massive debt to other countries.
No,
Like,
actually, other
what's
countries
that?
are in massive debt
Yes,
towards
but
it.
it's deadlocked. So other countries. So look at China's in massive debt to it, and it's in massive debt to China. So it can. So they kind of cancel each other out.
China's not in massive debt towards itself.
No, I mean it's China is in massive debt to America, and vice versa.
True, but still, it doesn't mean that it's gonna crash and
But it does.
fold into
It
itself.
Capitalism proves that it doesn't work every 8 years when the economy crashes and millions of people lose their jobs.
Well, the economy, the
The
last
economy
time the economy
crashed.
crashed,
This recent
You know,
crash.
there's four
It was
times.
just
has
like-
been largely
there's
imparted
four
to COVID.
times the amount of malnutrition deaths in America than there is in Cuba.
Well, yeah, but
There's 45 times the amount of malnutrition deaths in America than there is in Vietnam.
Well, because the US has like the third largest population in the entire world, so it's definitely gonna have. If you see that per capita, then it's gonna change. Yeah.
And we're looking at per capita, right?
But it's not an excuse for the.
Yeah, if
we
it
have
hasn't-
enough food to feed everyone in the world, yet 9 million people starve.
Well, I
to
mean,
death
no,
because
it's like
because
you know,
of
a country's
capitalism.
economically fucked when it has people going to space for fun, when it could be solving world hunger for the same.
Do you
price.
mean the International Space Station?
No, I mean Jeff Bezos.
Well,
The
Jeff
International
Bezos.
Space Station has some
Yeah,
purpose.
but
It's
he-
for the name of
I
science.
don't think.
Do you guys actually believe that Jeff Bezos has billions? He doesn't
Yes.
have billions in liquid
Yeah.
assets. He has them in frozen assets. He can't really actually use any of the billions he has. These are just how much his
Yeah,
companies
because
are
he'd go
worth.
to fucking jail because he's an immoral scumbag that
No.
profits off the exploitation of the working class.
No, yeah, he does exploit, and yes, there should be regulations. Look at like the EU; it has regulations for all that types of stuff. Especially like at Germany has one of the best
But the
regulations in the entire
regulations
world.
just secure that the companies don't collapse.
No, not really. If you
Yes.
look at the social democratic countries like the Sweden, Denmark,
Yes, but
and
those
Norway,
countries profit off of social imperialism in third world countries,
such as
well, I'm not sure. It's
well,
I think it's
you mean Botswana?
I don't know. Like I
Botswana
can't say.
it's one of the biggest coal exporters right now.
I can't
but
say.
still.
I know for a fact that they have really good climate.
Policies?
Tackle, yeah, they tackle
Yeah,
climate change
and they
really well
have-
by using electric cars. But who makes these electric cars? Tesla, that profits off the child labor. It's just
True.
things like this. They are doing good things, but why are
Tesla's
how
not
are they
even that
doing
good for the
these
environment
things?
because the amount
How
of
are
carbon
they-
dioxide
yeah.
produced.
But how are,
sources
my point is,
of
Yeah, it's
they,
by the
they might be
roads.
doing good things, but how are they doing
It's by
these
the
good
roads.
things?
The roads are what's actually causing most of the CO2 emissions, not the actual cars.
No, it's because what happens, right, is the way they source materials to make Teslas.
But
Like to
since-
transport those materials and to source them, it produces more carbon dioxide than just making a normal car. Usually.
True, but it doesn't.
You
well,
make it like compact. So
Yeah,
it's like,
you
and
first
obviously,
have
if you get a car with a huge fuck off engine that makes like, 4 miles to the gallon.
To solve climate change isn't going to be easy. It's definitely going to be a really hard subject because there are
But
many
the problem
things
is,
that
it's like
factor
we're at
down.
the point where not people don't even believe it but they're choosing not to believe it because it affects their income.
Definitely does. It is like going to happen years in the future, and we're not going to really, be alive till then. Yeah.
Does socialism attempt to raise up the poor or simply bring down the rich?
Bring down the rich.
Yeah,
That's
I
a good
agree
thing,
with
by the
him.
way.
Well, I think it
I
does
think
both.
people are jealous.
I think in the history since 1917, when socialism was first put into genuine practice in a state, it has lifted 800 million people out of extreme poverty, as well as taking down the rich.
Did you see what happened in Hungary or in any of the Eastern European puppet states of the USSR?
Did you see what happened in China when recently Xi Jinping lifted 20 million people?
You
out
know
of
that
extreme
they're not
poverty?
actually socialists, nor communists. They're actually capitalists.
Well, you can argue that China is a state capitalist, but you could also argue
It's
that.
an authoritarian capitalist, yeah.
But look at it. It's not authoritarian. It's not capitalist because private industry has no say in how the country is run.
Yeah, it doesn't have. Then neither does the United States. It doesn't.
Yes,
have,
it does.
Yeah, it
what-
does.
Yes, it
What
does.
say does it have?
For example, like the fucking tobacco industry, they're always getting legislation passed in their favor.
Yeah, look at the guns industry.
The guns industry is probably most exported, not imported. Look at H&K firearms, German manufacturer. Most of them are imported
Look at
towards the
Armalite.
United States.
Look at
Yeah.
I don't know, Smith and
Armalite,
Wesson,
Colt, Smith and Wesson,
Yeah.
Wells.
Springfield.
Yeah, but you still have many subsidies that are actually mostly European, like Glock, Remington Arms, and all that. They're mostly European manufacturers that are actually used in most of American firearms industries or firearms.
But they still have
imports.
say in American politics. Capitalism governs how that country works because it's a capitalist state.
No,
Yes.
well, it doesn't happen all around. It depends on how the capitalist system is run. Maybe for some things it can be changed, but its foreign
Look
policy
in
would
this
not
country.
be
Look
changed.
at HS2, the new railway system. That was implemented as a Tory lifeboat that could.
Look, I don't know anything about the Tories and all that stuff because I just moved into this country last year, so I can't really
Yeah,
say.
well, that's
say
I
fine.
think they're against Nicola Sturgeon, right?
Yeah.
The Tories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Ross Douglas.
Douglas Ross.
Yeah.
For these
He also
reasons.
he also is incredibly racist towards gypsy travellers.
True.
Incredibly racist. You should
Many
see what he
Europeans
says.
are racist towards gypsies, anyways.
Pardon?
Many Europeans are racist to
Yeah.
gypsies.
That's not a good thing. That's not.
I know, that's what
Just
I'm
because
saying.
other
Doesn't make
people
it
are
better.
racist doesn't mean it's not. It doesn't give
No,
you an
but-
excuse to be racist.
I know, but it's not like he's the only person. There are many people who are racist towards gypsies.
The fact that other people are racist towards gypsies does not make his own prejudices okay.
I know, but I mean, it's
like by saying that, it's like you're trying to justify his racism.
I'm not justifying his racism. I'm just saying that it's not the only person.
Do you agree that capitalism is unstable, capitalism is unequal, capitalism is fundamentally undemocratic?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. If you're not able to privatize your companies, then you really have no say in what you can do.
If you have your own say in what you do, then you end up exploiting other people. Because like you can't become a billionaire without working off the backs of
it's a
other
problem
people's
with
expectations.
you say it's sorry for interrupting, but you say it's a problem of liberty. That like if I can privatize my company, it's against my individual rights. But what about the people who are employed by that company?
Not all the companies are worse.
Personal freedoms can only go so far. Okay, personal freedom becomes privilege when it starts to affect other people's personal freedoms.
Yeah, but that's not only within the borders of the United States. The United States, yes,
I'm saying all of capitalism.
Not really. Well, look at the UK, France. Most of them are pretty, capitalist worlds, but they don't have like the big exploitation markets that other countries like the United States, Japan, and South Korea.
I spoke to a guy today who was a barber, and he went from job to job, and he was a skilled man, and he lost his job. And he was an intelligent man, and the reason he lost his job because it was just when the stock market crashed most recently.
Yeah, well, people will have to lose their jobs if they're not good at it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying the stock market shouldn't exist, because it's too unstable.
Why is the stock market affecting people who have nothing to do with the stock market, like a barber?
Exactly.
Well, maybe the stock market wasn't really implemented that well in many countries, and probably shouldn't be implemented in many
The stock market
countries.
is a scummy industry because all it does is make the rich richer.
Yeah, it just gives you like subsidies into the company, and if you can, it could probably be a way to give the rich more power, which is.
But the stock market is a place where the rich can take advantage of the poor.
I do agree with you.
The rich, they know how to deal with these stocks, so they can get richer and richer. And then they lie to these other people. They lie to the working class.
And look
you can invest in stocks just like us, and you get loads of money. So people do it. They got the education. They get fooled by this ruling class people.
But I do agree with like the idea that stock market shouldn't be like public.
All right, but look at how economics works, right? The right believe that.
Well, you should have free trade.
You inject money into the upper classes
No, that's
of
Richard
society.
Nixon. That's trickle down economics. That's
Ronald
not
Reagan.
how it's Ronald Reagan. Sorry, I forgot his name.
That is the system of government that America runs on under Republican or Democrat.
That is a bad system.
It runs
the trickle down economics is one of the worst systems
they believe to inject money and just
let it trickle down.
Of course, inject money into the head, and it will allow wealth to spread. But see, the thing is, economy growth is
based on trade.
It's based on how much and how quickly money is spent. Now, if you inject money into the lower classes of society, you will see that money spent incredibly quickly and incredibly. It's because at the rich, they freeze their assets, don't they?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Look at Jeff Bezos.
But they know how to spend money.
And I'm not saying that they shouldn't literally have.
They don't know how to spend money.
But we spend money for the working classes. If we spend money,
we spend money
for a better education system, to solve crime issues.
Here's the thing.
To rehabilitate criminals. But we're not making. The progress we're making could be way improved if we actually take time to invest in the working class.
Can I just say one thing? Jeff Bezos does not have that as much money as
Why are you
you
talking
believe
about
he
Jeff Bezos? Only Jeff
He
Bezos.
Because he's the richest man in the world.
Yeah,
Jeff Bezos,
Elon Musk,
Bill
Gates. And none of them actually have billions of dollars. This is just how much the net worth of all their companies
I
combined.
don't know how billions of dollars worth, but why do you need $10 million houses?
Maybe that's a true thing.
Why does Richard
Branson that you have that amount of money?
Why does Richard Branson get
I'm going to spend it on the working class. I'm going to invest it to better the world.
Yeah, I know, but
if I had that money, right, I'm going to disband all my companies. Because I do not want these companies, or at least give good working conditions.
Let me give an example, right? Say if you give money to say you give £10 million to what's the military budget in America? Like $600 billion?
600 to 800 billion.
800
and then there's other spending too. It's not.
It has like the most spending in the entire world. Of course,
it's like more than the next top 14.
So
yeah, it's like 40%
imagine, right? Rather than the spending that the US and UK government and all NATO nations do, where their money the money that they use is it's used to better their country from a corporate point of view. The money they spend boosts their economy for the classes. Now imagine you give that money to a council of a city. Think about what that money would do. The youth centres, the schools, the education, the health.
Yeah, but
That
that's
means
the thing.
that
You can't really
care
like
about military.
No, I do care about military, but what I don't care is when military protects private assets and corporate.
What is the
business.
military protecting right now? Especially the U.S.
No,
military.
I'm not protecting.
The
No,
U.S.
the
military
US
is doing fuck all, right? They have millions of soldiers, millions of people working for them, and what are they doing? They're fighting terrorists and they're losing.
They don't fund terrorists.
They're fighting terrorists.
And they do
Fighting
fund terrorists.
No, they didn't fund. Which terrorist group?
Mujahideen, which
Mujahideen aren't-
which turned out to be Al Qaeda and the Taliban.
The Mujahideen are not the Al Qaeda and or the Taliban.
Okay, I
they're
think
actually
we're
the ones that
gonna
were
It was a
actually against
coalition. It was a coalition during the Soviet-Afghan War.
them. Yeah, but the Mujahideen weren't actually part of the Taliban. Taliban were Pakistani funded, which okay, yes, they were. The Pakistans were funded by the US, but that was to fight against
Okay,
the
guys,
United
I
US.
think we have to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So this is our